now it's time for
Coffee Talk
with Ashley and
Brippy.
We get to
Spill the tea.
thanks to EFB, Electric Fountain Brewing. We're here to spill some tea, talk about some things that we feel that they're important to talk about.
Yeah.
Let's start with something that maybe we don't really practice, or I don't want to say we don't support it. It's just that we're not really practicing.
No, yeah.
We're not very religious.
No.
Maybe in our own rights, but we're not practicing Ash Wednesday.
Absolutely.
So Ash Wednesday is the start of Lent.
Yes.
And I know very little about this, even though I was raised Catholic, so forgive me, sorry. But
wasn't paying attention.
I mean,
yes,
sorry. But you go to Catholic Mass, right? And you get your ashes on your forehead in the shape of a cross, and those ashes are from last year's palm leaves burnt.
Yes.
Right?
Very nice poll.
See?
You did pay attention.
Thank you.
I'm usually like, hey, like all the people coming to the bars afterwards. We have a very Catholic town community, also a very bar-going community. So like after you get your ashes, you go to the bars, and I'm always like, hey guys, you got a little something on your head there, because unless we point it out, I kind of forget about it myself.
Yeah.
But
it's supposed to be a very humble and moral start to Lent, basically saying that, we're going to use this season to repent, to kind of have a fresh start to a lot of people I know give things up.
Yeah. And while I'm not like saying, I'm not trying to dismiss anything from the Catholic religion or nature, but I'm sure a lot of this was probably most likely derived from different pagan religions prior to this, where we were using this as a countdown to spring, just like this is a countdown to Easter for Catholics, where also in regards to when you say to giving up something, it was a time when we are a little bit being frugal with things because it's the end of winter.
Right.
And things are running out.
I was just going to ask, where do you think the no meat thing came from?
A lot of it.
I assume you're right there.
Most anything to do with the Catholic religion is derived from different pagan religions and or traditions. You can almost trace everything back to something before
Catholicism?
Yes.
Okay.
Catholicism is a lot.
Is that going to get you in hot water saying that? Or
no,
is that
because
true?
I think of a lot of it is like, it's a lot like America, like it's a blending pot of things. And I think good things come from taking little bits and pieces from all kinds of things to make it fit. And there's a purpose for it. A lot of times the purpose is money, which I do see that in some things, but I also can take the good from it, like what you were just saying, where we can recognize the good that comes out of it and take a little bit of it for ourselves to snack on.
Yeah.
And be like, hey, let's practice this without
practicing.
Yes.
I mean, so like, even though we're not super religious, I do see the importance of, using this season as a time to kind of reset, maybe reprioritize. So I don't want to say I won't be giving anything up, because I really haven't thought that much about it, but I think it's a really good time to maybe take something on that you think will make you better, maybe, or something that you've wanted to do and for a while and just really didn't have the kick that you needed. This is a good opportunity, whether you're getting your ashes or not.
Yeah. I do, it's like kind of like the Thanksgiving season, but for springtime, you know, a thought process. We all need something to take back and set back. However, I guess I'm not one that's like, I need a season or a directive or whatever to do it.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people do, but that's just, it's not me. And I don't think like this will be my oomph to start to change.
Yeah. I mean, so... okay, so some of my friends and my very dear loved ones do give up things, and they're very stringent, very rigid about it.
Yeah.
They will totally give things up, and they will wait until Easter, right, to maybe imbibe or take that back on, whatever it may be. I'm always like, you've seen that meme that's like... oh, dry January, good for you. I'm kind of like that. Like, you've given something up. Also, with that giving something up should come the humility, is that a word? Where you don't
Let's
talk
make it
about
one.
it, right?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, we don't need to talk about the things that you're doing if it's really important to you and you're not doing it for show. That's kind of right?
I'm like thinking of the what you're saying.
But it was. It's like, cool, dude. Yeah, I'm proud of you.
Can I get you a drink? No, thanks. I'm doing dry. No one cares.
That's exactly it. So I can appreciate, the reason for the season. I can appreciate the reason that people use it as a reset. I can also appreciate people who are like, just shut up about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because not everybody follows it. And although we are in a very Catholic community, again, not everybody follows it and not everybody is going to be on board with it. So if you're going around asking people what they're giving up for Lent, don't be surprised when they say something along the lines of, huh? Right? Yeah, because it just doesn't, some people, it's just not in their mind.
Not in their nature. And
Yeah.
Speaking of, I guess, not changing or changing, it kind of brings us up to our next subject. Something that we haven't really talked about locally because, I haven't really found out where it stems to us locally, other than morals and values, is the Epstein files.
Yeah.
It's obviously something talked about in mainstream media over and over and over again. When I say I can't find anything where it's stemmed down locally, other than morals and values, just recently it was noted that somebody in the Epstein files is Leslie Wexner, that is the owner of Victoria's Secret and Bath and Body Works.
Yep.
So the way I found this out was by the way most people get their news, and that's through memes.
Yep.
For real. It was like,
world.
It's the great Bath and Body Works candle sale, 3-wick candle sale, and I can't go because I have morals and values. So then I had to look it up, whatnot. Figured this out where this person is named in the Epstein files. They have not been charged with any crime. However, they were named in the files.
So here's my question. Number one, the Epstein files, it's not just like a file folder, okay? That's what comes to my brain, right? It's flight logs, it's financial statements, it's a whole host of interactions, comings and goings of Jeffrey Epstein and his cohorts. Now, as I understand it, and I think this is the big problem, nobody really understands what any of this means because Leslie Wexner can be on a list, Donald Trump can be on a list, Bill Clinton can be on a list. Does that mean that they were using, the underage clients or the underage females were they clients? I don't know what that means. And I don't think there's ever been a full kind of explanation of what these logs mean. So if he was on there, was he automatically, should we crucify him?
Okay, so very good question. I do think, we have access to these logs, like you say. I have yet to look at them myself for multiple reasons. I know this sounds awful, but the whole ignorance is bliss.
Kittens and rainbows syndrome is what I call it.
But knowledge is power. I do think, and this is just, my opinion based on kind of stuff that Mike and I have discussed. Maybe I shouldn't have threw his name out there. But
Mike who? No, Michael Langelo.
Yeah,
okay, go ahead.
But the fact that Epstein was an agent for, and I know we've discussed this too, possibly the Israel Mossad or the Russian KGB or whatever you want to call it.
Yep.
He then took rich and famous people and not necessarily always underage, but whatever their fancied pleasure was.
Yeah. Not always on the up and up.
Yeah. And then recorded these things.
And Epstein started as kind of a nobody. So how he got to this status is probably where we need to start this thing. Right? We need to look at it.
Hired by.
Okay.
But
these
when
are the
you're
things we need to
presenting
understand.
people, especially these celebrities, and with something that they think is, he did his research. He wanted to know what they fancied, pervied, whatever.
Yeah.
I think that this was not just done by him, it was done by other people.
Because, this isn't something that one guy can accomplish without being...
And then when you say you're in the files, like you said, it's not underage automatically.
Right.
It could be other awful things.
Or maybe you visited because this was the party to go to. I feel like, so.
And you didn't know what you were getting yourself into.
That's what I'm saying. It's like a Diddy party. Maybe you went, but you're not this terrible human being, right? So I think when you say knowledge is power, I agree 100%. Do I think that we have any knowledge just because we have this list?
Yeah.
No. I think that it is being so ambiguous on purpose because there are people that, and from what I understand, if the whole thing came out, it would ruin us politically, financially.
A lot of these files on these lists, though, are actual videos and recordings to which you can't ignore. That's kind of why I was saying.
See, that's why I don't want to watch.
That's kind of why I was saying, like, I don't think I can. Because also, like, what are you doing? Like,
what's happening to these people?
When you watch this video, then are you not partaking in?
Yeah.
I mean,
culpable,
I don't. Yeah, like I kind of don't know where it stops. You can sit there and say it was curiosity, but
then you have to be outraged.
The video was so and so diddling so and so, and you watched it,
and then didn't force an outcome or
Yeah, then how much better are you?
Yeah.
I don't know. Like it's not that I don't want to disrupt my kittens and rainbows, and I want to still use my Bath and Body Works gift cards. It's not that.
Yeah.
Because I can throw them in the trash and stick to morals and values, which, once it comes to light of, like what you said, the facts, and it's not just memes, then I'll make my decision.
We're just being strung along, and it's like, well, if this is a bad thing, bad enough that we focus this much time on it, where are the punishments? And I think everybody has, it's a logical question. Even more so, it goes to show you that money is power. Elite status means you owe no one anything. There is no accountability. I think it poses a bigger question. We're all about equality, right? This is not equal.
No.
This is a big thing. So I don't care whose name is in that, but if you find out that they're doing something bad, illegal, there has to be accountability, or we lose all trust in all systems in the United States of America, right? That's where I stand on it. Also, tying everything in as a conspiracy theorist, you have this was so talked about for so long, and then it kind of went under the radar for a little bit, and now it's being talked about again. Is it a distraction? Because we're not getting any answers, but we're definitely clicking on everything.
Yeah.
Kind of like the Savannah Guthrie's mom thing. Nobody's getting any answers, but we're being strung along to think that this is something that we're close to getting a solution or an outcome to.
I think that's all, though, and I hate like saying news and media.
No, it's mainstream media. It's mainstream media, because I think when you have something that you realize is
gonna bite,
you just keep going.
Yeah.
And it's like
we all want our clicks, we all want our views.
I do understand that, but this is like the safety of the citizens of the United States of America. I mean, when you're talking about equality, and then you're using, like the ICE debacle to deflect and
the integrity
distract.
too. Yeah. The integrity of America, which I think we're, losing one
it's
file
quickly
at a
going
time.
away, and
one meme at a time. Which I want to bring up one last subject.
Yes.
Another meme that came across while sipping and scrolling was the Michael Jordan cancellation meme. I don't know if you've seen that. Well,
you just showed me.
There was like there's a video going around saying he, had inappropriate or whatever actions with a child. Well, come to find out, that's not something that was in the Epstein files,
No,
not
it's a totally separate situation.
But I saw somebody going, gotta cancel my Air Jordans, collection because of this video. And it's like, well, you didn't get the whole
context
story. And I'm not saying I know the whole story, but from what we understand it was taken at the Daytona 500. It was a video taken far away from a spectator that probably didn't capture the whole encounter where the kid that Michael Jordan is patting on the butt or shaking his tail.
He's shaking the pants or whatever it is.
Is the winner of the Daytona 500 and somebody that
His son.
Yeah, it's his son. His name's Bo.
Bo Reddick.
And Tyler Reddick was the winner, who also raced at Quincy Raceways.
That's what I was going to say. So this is like the cool story. So this
Yeah.
Michael Jordan thing, again, like you were saying, context.
So what we've also read was that the Gatorade Ice celebration happened, and that was dumped on his son Bo after his father won the Daytona 500. And Michael Jordan was standing right there, shaking the
Helping
tail
him
feather.
get the ice out. Shaking the tail feather.
Yeah, taking the tail feather, making it. Man, if you ever
Yeah.
had ice in
Oh,
your
I
bag,
know,
you
yes.
know. And I'm sure Michael Jordan has had a celebration or two like
Yeah,
that. He knows.
knows.
So again, context. I'm not gonna lie. Like when I first saw it too, I was like, oh.
Gross.
Is this
Yeah.
is this another one of the Epstein files things? But that was another thing with internet, memes, context, making informative, educative decisions before you roll with it.
Yeah. And so when you showed me this, I immediately was like, well, the little boy had zero reaction.
Which almost led us to believe that it was AI.
Well, then I thought AI, but then I was like, well, if this is the celebration and it is indeed ice, okay. So then we started talking about how quick we are to vilify or, you know, crucify these people, especially elite, we'll call it. But then on the flip side, how interesting it is that different psychological factors come into play. So if Shane, let's say, who's a big sports buff, is watching Michael Jordan in this video, immediately his brain is probably thinking, no way, this is insane, right? Because maybe he grew up loving Michael Jordan. He doesn't want to believe that this is happening, even if it is. I'm not saying, you know, one way or the other. If it were Donald Trump doing this, wow, this would be a completely different news story. It would be all over the world.
Yes.
And we would vilify, crucify, all because it supports
somebody that's already hated.
Yeah.
And
So-
Michael Jordan is, like you said, beloved, not hated. So there, different reactions for different people. Again, we at Coffee Talk are not like saying, hey, maybe some people in the Epstein files are not not whatever. No, I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is context is everything.
Context is everything. Information is power. And when you have neither, we really don't have anything that we can stand on business. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like there's nothing that we can discern, or you just can't make a solid informed decision.
And
Either way.
I find out, though, once I do make a solid and informed decision that Leslie Wexner did something inappropriate to children, like there's no joking manner behind that. I will absolutely be throwing my gift cards away, not giving business. And it sucks because even though he's the owner, operator, there are so many other families and people under him that rely on the success.
And we talk a lot about cancel culture. I think that, you know.
So yeah, I guess, what do I do there?
See, that's what I'm saying. We don't know until we know that this guy is in fact a child perv or whatever and is really committing crimes. I don't think it's responsible.
But then even when you find out he is, what do you do with, when I just said, like, all the families that rely on the income for their jobs at these places?
I mean, I don't know. What do they do?
I don't know either.
See? I mean, there's so many layers to the onion. It's like,
I don't think people realize
first and
with
foremost,
cancel culture that you're canceling
it's a trickle-down
all
effect.
The people.
Yeah. But I mean, first and foremost, if he were arrested and thrown in jail for crimes that he committed, maybe he could have someone less terrible, you know, running the company, running the organization, then we could continue to support. But until these people who've committed these crimes are held accountable, we have to keep having these conversations. Right?
And just to be clear, one last time, this person was not committed of any crime as of yet.
Right. All alleged, because nobody's giving us any information, and that is one thing I think we need to work on. We have all the technology in the world. I'm sure we know who's guilty here. Just give us the information so we can make our informed decisions and continue talking and spilling the hot tea here on
EFB
Coffee Talk.
Well, we got to end it though with our Good News
Good News Brews. I forgot about this. Sorry. I feel like I'm always forgetting.
Good News Brews is how we like to end our coffee
Talk.
talks.
Yes.
And this week we are recognizing Beth Duesterhaus of the Greenhaus. So Beth was and is one of my nearest and dearest friends, and she used to work and obviously still works as of last night at Spring Street Bar.
Right.
We had a little get-together for the Haubrick family after the funeral services where I donated 100% of my tips, our tips, Beth and I's together, because Beth was my helping hands behind the bar last night, and she did this on a very important day. It was actually the day, the 10-year anniversary of when she lost her son to suicide, sadly.
Yeah.
Evan Busby, we will remember him forever. We love to say his name because we love, love, love Evan Busby.
Right.
And I think, you know, he lives on obviously through his mother, who is never, I mean, never shy of giving, always there to be a helping hand. When this thing was coming into fruition, I said this and then I noticed like 28 people shared it, and I'm like, oh, holy shiz.
Yeah,
It's
gonna be big.
I'm over my head.
Yeah.
And I immediately called and asked upon, like, the person that I knew was going to be there and is always there. So, you know, selfless, lovely. I can't express the pain that she feels, not just on that anniversary day, but every single day.
Right.
And yet continues to do things for her community, for her friends, for her family, and just selfless is the best word to describe Beth Duesterhaus.
Thank you, Beth. You are an amazing individual. What a terrible commonality to have amongst friends, amongst people in our community, but to use it to help show love, show up when it's needed. And I'll give you a shout out too, because I think you do that too. So
well, thank you.
will never take that lightly, and I love that that's the type of person you are when our community is grieving, which we are today. Yeah, it's nice to know that we have people like you guys to show up.
Thank you.
Yeah. And on that note, before we start bawling, right?
Yeah, it's done.
It's done. Okay, so thank you all for joining us on today's
Coffee Talk.